Women don't remember every man they meet. They don't remember every compliment, every date, or every promise. But there are some men who leave a psychological imprint so deep that even time can't erase it. Years later, his name might surface in a quiet moment, not because of what he said, but because of how he made her feel calm, safe, seen, challenged, alive. And if you've ever wondered why some men are easily forgotten while others are impossible to erase from memory, this video will change the way you see attraction forever. Because here's the truth no one says out loud. Women don't emotionally attach to looks, money, or status. They bond to experiences, to emotional energy, to the way a man shows up when no one is watching. The man who understands this doesn't chase attention. He creates presence. He doesn't force connection. He builds impact. And that impact stays long after the relationship ends. This video is not about manipulation, and it's not about tricks. It's about deep life psychology, how emotional memory works, how attachment forms, and why certain male behaviors activate subconscious safety, respect, and desire in a woman's mind. Science shows that emotional moments are stored strongly than logical ones, and women are biologically wired to remember emotional depth more than surface actions. So if you want to understand why some men become unforgettable, regardless of time, distance, or circumstances, stay with me, because the next 8 points aren't obvious. They're quiet, rare, and powerful. And once you understand them, you'll never approach relationships the same way again. 1. He makes her feel emotionally secure. Women never forget about the man who makes them feel secure without controlling them. Emotional safety means she will talk freely without worry of judgment, mockery, or dismissal. It's the calm presence that listens in preference to solving, is aware in preference to overpowering. Psychology shows the brain associates safety with long-term attachment. When a man stays steady during conflict, her nervous system relaxes around him. That feeling becomes rare and unforgettable. Even after separation, her mind remembers him as peace, and peace is hard to replace. 2. He respects her boundaries without arguing. A man who respects boundaries creates deep psychological respect. He doesn't strain, guilt ride, or call for explanations. He accepts her no without punishment. This signals emotional adulthood and self-discipline. 2 trends ladies instinctively accomplish with electricity. Boundaries build trust, and trust builds attachment. When she feels her limits are honored, she feels valued as a person, not a resource. That kind of recognition leaves an everlasting imprint, because most people only recognize barriers when it benefits them. 3. He is consistent, not intense. Intensity fades. Consistency stays. Women never forget the man whose actions match his words over time. He doesn't disappear emotionally after winning her attention. He shows up the same on good days and bad days. Psychology calls this predictable security, which creates deep bonding. When a person is emotionally solid and reliable, her brain relaxes into consideration. Long after the connection ends, that consistency becomes the standard she compares others to, and most don't go past it. 4. He challenges her to grow, not shrink. This man doesn't compete with her success or feel threatened by her ambition. Instead, he encourages growth and calls out potential. He challenges her patterns respectfully and inspires her to become better. Growth-oriented relationships create strong emotional numeracy because they attach like to progress. Even if she outgrows the relationship, she never forgets the person who believed in her before she fully believed in herself. 5. He stays calm when emotions rise. Emotional rule is powerful. Women don't forget the man who didn't raise his voice, didn't react to protect, or shut down when things got tough. Calmness in the midst of chaos indicates inner strength. Neuroscience shows that calm behavior at stage of stress rewires emotional associations. Instead of fear, her brain links conflict with protection. Even years later, she recalls how grounded she felt around him. In a world full of emotional reactions, calm masculinity stands out. 6. He doesn't chase validation or approval. A man who doesn't beg for attention becomes memorable. He values connection, but doesn't depend on her for self-worth. This creates attraction through psychological contrast. Independence signals confidence and emotional fullness. Women remember men who choose them, not need them. When companionship feels like a choice, not a demand, it creates respect. That balanced energy stays in her memory, because dependency fades attraction, but quiet self-respect strengthens it. 8. He knows when to walk away with dignity. The final imprint isn't desperate clinging, but self-respect. Women never forget the man who walked away peacefully rather than begging or becoming sour. Walking away with dignity alerts high self-esteem and emotional adulthood. It flips the power dynamic without manipulation. The unresolved emotional curiosity and respect remain long after the goodbye. Psychology proves that unresolved emotional endings last longer in memory. He becomes unforgettable not because he stayed, but because he left whole. If you found value in this, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. This is life psychology they never teach, but once you learn it, everything changes. If this message resonated with you, don't just watch it and move on. Reflect on it, apply it. True impact comes from action, not information. If you want greater deep psychology, real-life coaching, and content that helps you to grow silently but powerfully, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Share it with someone who needs to hear this but won't ask. And remember, being unforgettable isn't about impressing everyone. It's about becoming someone who leaves a mark without trying. Stay strong, stay self-aware, and we'll see you in the next one.